American Enterprise Institute scholar and a Fox News contributor, and Zach Picanis, former DNC Trump War Room director and former Hillary Clinton presidential campaign aide. Good to see you both tonight. Thanks for being here. Mark, what's your thumbnail sketch on the outlook for Republicans for 2018 right now?
I think it's a lot better than reported. I mean, for two reasons. Number one, the Republicans have a major structural advantage going into the election. So in the Senate, Democrats are defending 10 seats in states that Donald Trump won, including 5 seats in states that he won by double digits. Republicans are defending 1 seat in a state that Hillary Clinton won. So the odds of Democrats making gains in the Senate are not very likely. And in fact, it's likely Republicans will make gains. In the House, there are only 66 seats in play. 46 of those lean Republican, only 20 lean Democrat. They need to gain 24 in order to take over the House. So the numbers are not working for them. But the second reason is because the much vaunted and much hyped Democratic wave seems to be abating. There's a new Monmouth poll that just came out today. A month ago, Democrats had a 15-point lead in the generic ballot. Today, that lead has disappeared. It's 3 points, which is a statistical tie.
All right.
So the wave is dissipating. The advantage on the field is for the Republicans. It would be very unlikely if they took back either house.
Dan Hanninger wrote a piece taking a look at the prospects, and he sort of laid out an argument where Republicans can do well, and then also historical examples where they get creamed as they head into the midterms. But he said that he thought that Nancy Pelosi at the State of the Union was sitting there thinking, so next year by this time, I'm going to have the gavel back, and you'll be facing impeachment. And Zach, I'm sure that's a picture you would love to see, right?
Look, absolutely. I mean, look, I was actually talking with a couple of Democratic consultants a couple hours ago about that Monmouth poll, and the consensus we had was, God, we hope Republicans believe that thing is true. I mean, look, if you look all the evidence that we've seen so far, from Republicans losing a Senate seat in Alabama, from a Democratic sweep in Virginia, from 34 House Republicans retiring, from 36 House Republican incumbents being outraised by their Democratic opponents in the fourth quarter, to state legislative races in states like Oklahoma that are going to Democrats, not by small margins, but by huge margins. We feel we are not, everything is not in the bag, but we feel very good going into this.
I just want to bring up one concept that Paul Ryan talked about today in terms of welfare reform, suggesting that perhaps people who are able-bodied might want to work for welfare and have some limits on how long. And I'm sure, Zach, you're hoping that that's something that they will take up, right?
Well, I mean, absolutely, because one, it has absolutely no chance of passing. But Paul Ryan showed his hand. He said that welfare reform is actually code for Medicaid reform. So let's be very clear,
well,
Fox
Medicaid
viewers.
was expanded dramatically. So in Kentucky, they have a new program where they are going to ask people to work. Here's someone from the past who thought that Medicaid. This whole idea was pretty wise. Watch this.
Nothing is done more to undermine our sense of common responsibility than our failed welfare system. We have to make welfare what it was meant to be, a second chance, not a way of life. There ought to be a simple, hard rule. Anyone who can work must go to work.
Do Republicans have the spine to see that through, Mark?
I don't know if they do, but I'll tell you, that harkens back to days when Republicans and Democrats, despite their disagreements, were able to overcome the contempt they had for each other and actually accomplish something together. Bill Clinton signed, and Newt Gingrich in the Republican House passed welfare reform. Here we have a situation with immigration reform where you have the opportunity to do the exact same thing. Donald Trump just came out and endorsed amnesty for 1.8 million people, and the Democrats are acting like he's some sort of a monster. He's actually behaving like a president. He's behaving like a great leader who made a concession to the other side, and they don't want to make a deal.
You know, Zach, I don't know how are Democrats going to look all of those nearly 2 million dreamers in the eye and say, oh yeah, we did get an offer for you to stay here, but we turned it down.
The offer that was turned down was Donald Trump. There was a bipartisan agreement on the table that
you don't want 2 million dreamers to stay.
That could have passed the Senate, and he turned it down.
No, but today, now, 2 million dreamers, you don't want them to stay.
And there was no citizenship in that, Zach.
Of course we want them to stay, but what they're offering is a cut in legal immigration by half in order to pass something that everybody says that they want. MacCallum says they want to pass it. Ryan says they want to pass it.
You got to give to get on both sides. I got to leave it there. I would love to keep going because this is fun. But we'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot to both of you.
Take care.
So coming up,